Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. B-52 Stratofortress is the sign of American air power. It takes off to the skies, releasing thick plumes of smoke that can instill overwhelming apprehension in anyone witnessing the sight. In today's episode, we are going to unravel the mysteries of these smoky trails.
First thing about the B-52 is just the historical presence that it carries with it. I think when the enemy sees the B-52 fly overhead, it strikes fear into their hearts. And that's something that we absolutely want to take advantage of.
The B-52 made its debut in the 1950s as a high-altitude nuclear bomber.
Just going to keep it at 0.5 or above that way.
Since then, the B-52 has remained the linchpin of strategic bombing and has contributed to missions spanning across the globe. Starting with the B-52A flying for the first time in 1954, the bomber evolved into many variants to fulfill exact mission demands. Boeing ended the production line in 1962 with the latest H model. A total of 102 H model bombers have been manufactured and delivered. At present, only H models are on active duty, and a total of 76 bombers are operated by the Air Force Global Strike Command.
The B-52 is one of our most capable Air Force assets and is capable of launching and employing almost every single weapon type that the Air Force is capable of using. Everything from maritime support through mining operations to standoff weapons and smart precision-guided munitions for air-to-ground employment.
The B-52 bomber has become the sought-after platform for a multitude of missions, including nuclear deterrence, search and rescue, and conventional strikes.
Timing, 1 away.
While all these missions come with stringent time constraints, getting the bomber into action is vital. To circumvent the hour-long engine starting process, U.S. airmen rely on a controlled explosive device or a cartridge to get the job done. A cartridge contains solid propellants and generates high-pressure gas when ignited. Eight cartridges are stored in a storage rack towards the aft section of the bomber and inserted into the cartridge starter of the engine, accessed via a panel. As a practice, airmen load the cartridges only on the number 4 and 5 engines. Once these engines have kicked in, the other 6 are started with the help of these 2, as they provide the required pneumatics and electricity. In the H models, all 8 engines can be cart-started at once, drastically reducing the engine starting time. A single cartridge weighs around 8 pounds and is shaped like a 1-gallon milk jug.
The biggest thing we're doing today is just showcasing deterrence to any adversaries or even our allies, basically reassuring them. Part of our mission is we can't always show exactly what we do realistically just because of the destruction we do cause. So this is just one way for us to showcase our deterrence capability basically at the MITO takeoff.
With the engines brought to life in minutes, the next limiting factor for a scramble takeoff is the pilot's response time. To keep this low, pilots expecting a scramble alert maintain a level of preparedness. They wear flight suits during duty hours and rush into the locker rooms to grab their gear at the very moment a scramble alert is received. The siren is the first sign of the scramble process. Pilots, maintenance staff, and ground support staff contribute their full potential to expedite the scramble takeoff. During a minimum interval takeoff, or MITO, all the available bombers are scrambled and put into the sky in the shortest possible time.
Rotate.
I don't think anybody is quite ready for the noise that it's going to make on takeoff when you push up all 8 engines and it just shudders and rumbles and you feel like the wings are probably going to fall off or something's going to fall off the plane. You're just rehearsing everything in your head as you're going through the takeoff, so try not to miss anything. But it's such a cool experience and you can really feel how much power this thing has.
Seeing many B-52s take off one after the other, releasing thick smoke trails, is definitely an awe-inspiring sight. The reason behind the smoke-spitting engines of the older B-52s was the water-injected takeoff to increase engine thrust. Water particles in the combustion chamber prompt partial combustion, leaving unburnt fuel particles at the jet exhaust, creating smoky trails. With the introduction of the B-52H model, fitted with fairly advanced Pratt & Whitney TF-33 engines, the water-injected takeoff was discontinued. This resulted in less smoke than the older versions, but the technology back in the 1960s could not eliminate the smoke trails entirely, leaving current B-52s with a smoke trail each time they take off. Apart from the engines, the B-52 is flying with some old-school avionics, which were introduced 70 years ago. Flying sorties in modern warfare with obsolete green-colored cathode ray tube displays and steam gauges is really a daunting task. Retrofitting the B-52s with Boeing's Combat Network Communications Technology System, or CONNECT, starting in 2013, has been able to offer a new lease on life for the bomber by infusing novel technology and mitigating the pilot's chores. The B-52 has gained a reputation for being somewhat maintenance-intensive. This is especially true of the TF-33s, which require regular maintenance to ensure their optimal performance and safety. Exactly how often each engine is serviced depends on a variety of factors, such as the engine's age, the number of flight hours, the operating conditions, and the maintenance history. There are also maintenance crews that specialize in the structural components of the aircraft. These men and women are responsible for removing corrosion, hand-forming parts, and doing cold bonds to repair panels and doors. In colder operating conditions, such as North Dakota's Minot Air Force Base, maintenance of the B-52s is even more critical. Like commercial airliners, military planes will frequently be sprayed with de-icer to help keep their engines and fuselage safe from the elements. Ground crews will also pay special attention to the engines in cold weather, ensuring adequate time to warm up before the flight. However, regular maintenance and repairs are almost always completed inside the hangar. This ensures the team has all the tools and equipment ready to examine the plane's systems and perform any necessary repairs. This is also where special weapons or external pods will be mounted on the B-52's external hardpoints. Military aircraft are washed regularly, even though their intended purpose does not necessarily demand that they look clean. However, regular washings help protect the plane's paint and surface coatings while removing dirt, grime, and other contaminants, which can corrode the plane's metal surfaces over time. This washing process also helps maintenance teams identify any damage or defects in the aircraft's exterior that may need to be addressed. While some of the airplanes are scrambled to life in a matter of minutes, some airplanes require a definite sequence and close monitoring during the start. One such example is the engine start of the C-130 Hercules. The four Allison T56 turboprop engines powering the Hercules follow a sequence during engine startup. The propellers on the right wing, engine numbers 3 and 4, initiate the starting sequence, while engine number 3 is the very first to receive pneumatics from the APU. Once both right-wing engines are up and running, the engines on the left wing receive pneumatics for the startup. The C-130 is self-sustaining as it houses an auxiliary power unit located ahead of the left wheel well. The APU provides the required air pressure to each engine through the air turbine starter. Usually, a pre-flight inspection is carried out prior to each engine starting for takeoff. This ensures the engines are free from ailments and in the proper condition for a spin. During the pre-flight inspection, maintenance personnel conduct a walk-around, covering each corner of the aircraft. A typical walk-around is divided into 2 phases, inspecting the top of the aircraft and the exterior of the aircraft. To inspect the top of the aircraft, maintenance technicians climb onto the aircraft and walk on the fuselage and wings, scouring for defects. More importantly, engine nacelles are inspected for proper closure of service panels and the condition of propellers and de-icing boots. During the exterior walk-around, engines are inspected from a different angle to identify fluid leakages and their general condition. The C-130 was born out of a requirement for versatile, rugged, and long-range military transport that could operate from unprepared runways, making it a most embraced asset in tactical missions across the globe. In the end, the story of the B-52 Stratofortress and its supporting fleet is one of endurance, ingenuity, and constant evolution. For more than 7 decades, this bomber has embodied American air power, adapting to every technological and tactical change while maintaining its fearsome reputation. as new engines and digital systems prepare the B-52 for service well into the 2050s. It stands as proof that with proper care, innovation, and the dedication of those who maintain it, even the oldest warriors of the sky can continue to dominate the modern battlefield. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.